Hi, this is Mo, the community manager of Generocity. Welcome to Around the Corner. This is a show that we produce in partnership with Philly Cam, where we just bring people from the community around to talk about what they're doing, what impact they're having in Philadelphia, and what we can share so that we can learn and grow and get better together. So today we have Ina Lipman from the Children's Scholarship Fund Philadelphia. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So what is the fund about?
Children's Scholarship Fund has been around since 1999. What we do is provide Philadelphia children from low-income families with financial access to safe, quality, private and parochial schools. Again, it's K through 8th grade. It's really building the early foundation for learning.
Okay. And so, I mean, that's a really clear, like, you know, you're trying to solve the problem of kind of like low income, like kids being able to access the education that they need and deserve.
Absolutely. It's all about access, and it's about access today and not, you know, within the next 10 years or 20 years when we finally figure out how to do better with urban education.
Yeah, and so is there like a piece of data like about the fund or about education that will kind of help the viewers kind of understand like what the landscape looks like if they're not already familiar?
Unfortunately, we have a crisis in this country, not only a high school dropout crisis in urban settings, Philadelphia is included, but for those that graduate at very dismal rates, which hover around 60% under the best case circumstances here in Philadelphia, these kids are graduating high school at much below grade level. So they're basically not able to even enter the workforce after high school. So what we're really proud of is these are 4-year scholarships. Our average family of 4 earns $29,000. So these are really, you know, very economically distressed families. But they go on, their kids go on after they leave our program in 8th grade. Some of them re-enter the Philadelphia public schools. Some go to charters and other private schools. But they graduate high school at rates greater than 96% and at grade level. So it's really not about being unable to educate our most at-risk children in Philadelphia. It's about giving them the access to these schools.
Yeah, that opportunity is such a big part of kind of just like that. For a lot of kids, that's all you need is the opportunity to show off what they're doing. So, you know, so it started in 1999, you said. So that's 20 years. Wow. So that's 20 years this year.
No. 15.
Oh, yeah, 15. I'm bad. This is why I'm not a math person.
Hey, this is why we're a nonprofit.
Yes. So. There's somebody else that will help me and fact check. So, so in the last 15 years, how have you seen things change? Like, how have you measured? You gave some really good examples already, but like, is there a thing that you have been like tracking over the course of time that you're especially proud of?
I'm proud of the fact that when we started, we weren't a local organization. So Evie McNiff, my board chair, organized the local board. We had 1,200 children that were fully funded out of our national office here in Philadelphia. Since that time, we have raised enough money and have given out over 18,500 new 4-year scholarships.
Oh, wow.
So we've provided well over $60 million in tuition support for very economically distressed families who are wanting the same things that any parent wants, which is just a good school for their child.
Of course.
So we have a big population we've served, and we are continuing to move forward. We're issuing another 2,000 new 4-year scholarships this June.
Oh, wow. And okay, so you scaled like the amount of scholarships that have been going out every year. That's great. And is there a thing that that you want to share, like a best practice, or like, you know, like what about how you guys function do you think other people could learn from?
From the get-go, through our board leadership, and I think a common DNA that we all shared, we never believed that we were the only solution to the problem.
Of course,
we were just one part of it. So we partnered very early on with other educational models, public, you know, other private schools, charters, really to be about opportunity for kids no matter where they're located. So we didn't let our egos get in the way, and we didn't act as though our one pathway was the only thing. It's all about access for children. And I think one of the things that keeps resonating internally with me is that sometimes with education we treat children as other people's children. I call it OPC. and I think if we all thought of the children in Philadelphia and children across the nation as our own and responded as if they were our own, I think we would all have a greater urgency about the real failure to educate the urban poor, both here in Philadelphia and across the nation, and accelerate what we're doing and scale up schools that are working, because we know what's working. We know what's been failing. We just haven't had the, I think the urgency and the desire to really, make it work now.
So you're sharing like kind of like what you know, because I think that's one of the things that's like kind of hard to make sure everybody's on the same page about, is like, what do we know, and like who's attacking problems from different angles,
and supporting each other. Supporting Dr. Haidt where he's trying to bring about change and really scale what's working. Supporting some of the really good charter operators. Supporting some of these very stressed out private schools that operate in some of the poorest neighborhoods that don't have the resources to continue. So it's about really working with the community of donors.
Okay. Wow. Man, I feel like we could talk about this forever. I want to, I think like offline in different ways, I want to keep telling the story of like, the specific ideas and specific stories that kind of like show off exactly what the fund does. But we'll have to save that for another day. Thank you so much for coming, and I really appreciate the time, and I look forward to working with you more.
Same here. Thank you so much.
Great, thanks.
A pleasure.